Due to decrease in the level of oxygen, that decreased level of oxygen lead to the death of that patient because of the because of the fluid filled lung alveoli, because of the infection that is caused by the streptococcus pneumonia or streptococcus pneumoniae or Haemophilus influenzae. So both causes pneumonia, or in both the cases, or both causative agent actually cause the infection in the lung alveoli, or due to this reason the fluid filled into the lung alveoli, that fluid is mucus that released by the their its own epithelial cell of lung alveoli because of the protection, because of the protection, because when any infection done or any dust particle you have experienced, you have also experienced that any dust particle enter into the respiratory tract, our natural immune system first response get arises, that is sneezing and coughing, and finally the mucus is also get arises for sticking the dust particle, so that sticking the dust particle all together so that they cannot be transferred into the lung alveoli. So this is the defense method of lung alveoli, where the lung alveoli actually release that mucus for their protection. That is immune response of human get arises, or due to this reason the mucus get filled with the alveoli get filled with the mucus. That is the protection response, or also said to be immune response, arises by the infection of streptococcus pneumoniae. That for that reason the oxygen not be able to diffuse with the membrane, or due to this reason the RBC are not able to diffuse, RBC are not able to get oxygen, so that oxygen level decreases with decrease in the surface area of the diffusion of gases, or surface area of the lung alveoli, because surface area of lung alveoli is covered by the fluid that is released by the epithelial membrane of the lung alveoli. Now the symptom, what are the symptoms which are arises by the streptococcus pneumoniae or influenzae? That symptoms: first is fever. So like cold, the fever get arises, fever or increase in temperature. That is again the immune response for decreasing the bacterial activity or viral activity. The immune response works, or the body temperature get increases for decrease in the, because our body temperature is most favorable condition for the reproduction for these two parasites. So our immune response work and increase the body temperature for decreasing their decrease their reproduction, or for decrease the increasing number of the streptococcus pneumonia or influenzae. So the increase in body temperature, yeah, fever, is normal immune response, or due to that is caused by the infection of these two agents. Now second is sneezing or coughing, some chills. Third is sneezing. Fourth is cough and headache. Fifth is headache. Now some in severe cases the patient due to the decrease or due to the infection in the lung alveoli or decrease in the level of oxygen, eventually that patient that severe infection lead to the death of that person. Now the they are how they spread, how the disease get spread from one person to the other person. They spread through the aerosols that is released by the droplets, through the droplets that is released by the infected person. So spread by disease is spread by aerosol or spread through aerosol. Aerosols released by infected person. So here is the all about pneumonia and typhoid, where typhoid caused by Salmonella typhi, and the symptoms, or they first they enter into the small intestine, then they migrate into the other organ of our body, and the symptoms arising after the infection of typhoid virus or Salmonella typhi, the symptoms arises by that virus or due to the causing of bacteria, Salmonella typhi, not virus. That disease caused by the Salmonella typhi, that is bacteria, or the symptoms which are arises by this bacteria or infection is high temperature, that is fever, or stomach pain, headache also get arises sometime, because they infect in a small intestine, so intestinal perforation also lead to the death of that infected person in severe case. Now after this, the constipation, loss of appetite, weakness, some other symptoms also appear in the typhoid. Now the test which is used for testing the typhoid is Widal test, or the classical example is Marie Malone, which was cook. She was cook, professional cook. She transferred who spread typhoid for several years. So she spread typhoid for several years. Now after this, pneumonia is also caused by bacteria and virus. Bacteria is Streptococcus pneumonia and virus is Haemophilus influenzae. Now both causes pneumonia, but the symptoms are similar. Both generate similar infection or similar symptoms. For example, fever. The symptoms are fever in patient, headache, chill, coughing. In severe case, the lips and nails of finger turn grayish to bluish in color, and some in severe case they lead to death of that person. In this case, they infect the lung alveoli, or the lung alveoli filled with the mucus, or filled with the mucus or fluid, or due to this infection, the diffusion layer or surface area of diffusion layer become decreases, so that the oxygen diffusion do not takes place by the lung alveoli, or due to this reason the oxygen level get decreases with infection. Or if the infection increases, continuous increase in infection takes place, so that infection lead to the death of that person in severe case only. Some of the other communicable diseases are plague, which spread through rat or virus type of bacteria. Now amoebic dysentery, or also said to be dysentery, are of many types, that is bacterial dysentery and amoebic dysentery. Amoebic dysentery caused by ant amoeba histolytica, and bacterial dysentery caused by bacteria another species of streptococcus or Shigella also cause that is topic I have completed. I have already completed in previous class, malaria. That first we discuss about, or first we revise our previous class content, then we proceed to the today's topic. In previous class we have discussed that, I have discussed that the malaria caused by Plasmodium and vector is female Anopheles mosquito. So the disease is spread by female Anopheles mosquito and caused by the Plasmodium. Plasmodium have or complete their life cycle in two hosts. In primary host, they reproduce by asexual mean of reproduction, and in secondary host, that is in female Anopheles mosquito, they reproduce by the sexual reproduction. And finally they get stored into the salivary gland. When this infected mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito, bite any healthy human, they release their saliva for dilution or for diluting the blood of human. So because they have the anticoagulating chemical in their saliva, so that when they drop their saliva into the blood of healthy human, with the saliva, the spores of Plasmodium or sporozoites get transferred into the blood of human or blood of man. Then they migrate into the liver, or where they infect the liver cell and reproduce by asexually mean of reproduction, or undergoes in multiplication division to form the various number of cryptomitozoids. Now these cryptomitozoids release into the blood, or they infect the RBC and convert into the before infecting RBC, they convert into the metacryptomyrozoites, or again metacryptomyrozoids are of two types, micrometacryptomyrozoids and macrometacryptomyrozoids. They infect the RBCs, and they infect RBCs, again increase their number or converted into the gametocytes, or release the toxic element, which toxic element is hemozoins. And after the release of hemozoins, they create toxicity in the body of patient or in the body of infected person. The following symptoms get arises, that is vomiting, fever, high chills, and sometimes stomach pain also involved in the malaria. Now after the release of gametocyte, the release of gametocyte transfer in beneath the skin, or remain as such inside the or beneath the skin, so that when any mosquito bite that infected person, they again transfer into the mosquito, healthy mosquito, or simply a mosquito, where they infect the mosquito, or inside the lumen of mosquito they undergoes in the sexual reproduction to reproduce also, and also they increase their number by the reproduction, by the sexual reproduction, or after the release increase in number, they form the sporozoids. So male and female gametes form within the lumen of mosquito, or in the lumen of mosquito, or in a wall of the lumen mosquito, where they undergoes in the sexual reproduction to increase their number and form the sporozoids. That sporozoid gets stored into the saliva. Now all these infection, or we have completed in previous class, type of infection or stages that appear in during the infection, which we have already completed in previous class. Now in this class I am going to discuss about the typhoid disease. Typhoid. So because malaria is caused by Plasmodium, not mosquito, mosquito is simply a vector. In the malaria, mosquito is also infected by the Plasmodium. So mosquito is not actually causing the disease. Disease causing agent is only the Plasmodium, that is protozoan. So like that, in typhoid the disease causing agent is Salmonella typhi. Salmonella typhi. So disease causing agent is Salmonella typhi. Is a bacteria that infect, first they infect or enter into the small intestine. Infect or enter into the small intestine. To the small intestine. First they enter into the small intestine and then after spread in all the organ system of infected person. Then after spread in all organ system or migrate into all organs of that infected person. Migrate in all organ system, or also said to be organs of that person, organ system of infected person. Now after this, because they are bacteria, they infect the small intestine or migrate some organ system of that person. So due to this typhoid, they also arises the certain complications in the infected human, that is symptoms which are arised by the infection of that Salmonella typhi is bacteria is symptoms. So what are the symptoms of typhoid? First is high fever. High fever, that is temperature increase from 37 degrees centigrade to 39 or 40 degree centigrade. So temperature increases by 39 degree to 40 degree centigrade. So high temperature, the symptom is high temperature, temperature increases by 39 degree centigrade to 40 degree centigrade. Second is again the symptom is stomach ache, or also said to be stomach pain. Headache, now after this headache, constipation also get arises in the typhoid patient. Now in severe case perforation of intestine, perforation of intestine and death of that infected person. Of small intestine, perforation of small intestine and also causing death of infected person, lead to the death of infected person. So here is the complication that is arises by the infection with Salmonella typhi is a bacteria which generally enter into the small intestine and then after migrate into the other organ system of the body. Now symptoms which are arises after the infection of Salmonella or bacteria is high temperature, that means high fever that arises, stomach pain also occur, headache also occur, constipation, and in severe case perforation of small intestine takes place, and also that lead to the death of that infected person. Now all these happen. Now the causing, there is no any vector involved in the transfer of that disease. They only transfer by the contaminated food and water. Also said to be the disease is spread by contaminated or through the contaminated food and water. Contaminated food and water. So disease is other than these symptoms, some of the symptoms like weakness is also weakness or loss of appetite also occur in the typhoid. So sometimes weakness also appear in the typhoid. Weakness and loss of appetite. Loss of appetite. Loss of appetite. Now some of the now how the disease spread from one person to other person. So the typhoid has spread through contaminated food and water. Food and water. So they spread through contaminated food and water. After this, the typhoid test by the Vidal test. So the test for typhoid is Vidal test. Through this test, the easily identification of typhoid bacteria done by the test, Vidal test, and the typhoid given this disease known by typhoid. A classical scene or classical example of the spread of typhoid is that Marie Malone, she was professional cook she spread typhoid in during several years of their service. So Marie Malone, fact about typhoid actually. So fact is that Marie Malone, she spread she was professional cook, or she spread the typhoid disease several years she spread typhoid disease, or the nickname, because she spread the typhoid disease, so the nickname of Marie Malone is Typhoid Malone. Typhoid Mary. Typhoid Mary. So her name was Typhoid Mary according to the, because she spread the disease, so that's why she is known as, or she also known by the nickname Typhoid Mary. Now next disease is pneumonia. Pneumonia caused by causative agent of pneumonia is Salmonella typhi, Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilus influenzae. So next disease is pneumonia. Pneumonia caused by Streptococcus pneumoniae. Streptococcus pneumoniae. Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilus influenzae. Haemophilus influenzae. Haemophilus influenzae or Streptococcus pneumoniae causing agents are these two. Actually, they infect the lung alveoli. All these two. One is Haemophilus influenzae and another one is bacteria. That is actually they infect. One is virus and first is bacteria and second one is virus. So they infect the first respiratory tract, then they migrate into the lung alveoli, or they cause severe infection into the lung alveoli. Due to the infection in the lung alveoli filled with fluid, or also they decrease due to the fluid filled in the lung alveoli. The respiratory membrane, also said to be respiratory membrane, or become decreases in size, so that due to the membrane, this infected membrane, or due to the fluid deposited on the membrane wall, the oxygen do not get dissolved or diffused to the membrane. Due to this reason, finally the low oxygen capacity, or dissolving capacity, or dissociation capacity, finally the patients suffer with the difficulty in respiration. So actually what happened during the infection, when the Streptococcus pneumonia or influenzae infect the lung alveoli. So actually what happened during, first they infect the throat of that person. Here is the infection when so here is the bronchioles, primary, secondary and tertiary. Bronchioles, here is primary, secondary, tertiary bronchiole, and the tertiary bronchiole entered into the lung alveoli. For example, here is the lung alveoli. Now because of the infection of these bacteria, the lung alveoli get filled with the fluid. So here is fluid filled. Sometimes they also filled with the blood, but in severe cases that the infection is approximately more than 80%. So at that time they lead to the release of blood from the blood capillaries present around the lung alveoli for the oxygen supply. Now because we know that the lung alveoli covered by the capillaries which have the RBC, or through the RBC they release carbon dioxide into RBC. They release the carbon dioxide from the RBC into the lung alveoli, and oxygen diffuse with the membrane and transfer into the blood capillary. Through the blood capillary, oxygen then bind with the hemoglobin present in the RBC, and they transfer through the RBC to the different tissue cells present in our body. So what happened during the infection? When the Streptococcus pneumoniae causes infection, they transfer with the through the respiratory tract, or through our respiratory tract. Then they infect our throat, and finally they transfer into the, or migrate into the lung alveoli. When they migrate into the lung alveoli, they infect lung alveoli membrane. Or due to the infection causing of these infection, the mucus get releases from the epithelial cell of lung alveoli, membrane of lung alveoli. Or due to the release of these fluid or these mucus, finally the lung alveoli filled with the mucus. If the lung alveoli filled with the mucus, the oxygen do not transfer at this side, are not able to, the oxygens are not able to enter into the lung alveoli, because the lung alveoli is filled with the fluid, or sometimes filled with the blood. Now due to this, they cannot easily diffuse with this membrane. So here is lung alveoli, and all these tubules are respiratory tract. Respiratory tract. Now lung alveoli filled with fluid. That fluid is mucus. mucus. Because of the lung alveoli filled with mucus, there is no there is no space for oxygen, for incoming oxygen. Due to this reason, the oxygen are not able to diffuse with the membrane and get transferred into the blood capillary that are present at, near the surrounding of the lung alveoli for the transfer of oxygen into the different tissues of cells. So that's why the respiratory rate, due to the low oxygen level into the lung alveoli, the RBC are not able to diffuse with the oxygen, and they are not able to transfer that oxygen into the other body tissue. Due to this reason, the overall oxygen level of that patient decreases, or the due to decrease in the oxygen level, eventually that lead to the death